Ms. Gorman, can you tell this jury where you reside?
117 Caneburg Drive.
All right. And how long have you lived there?
15 years.
15 years. And so you were living there on October 13th, 2021?
We were.
And do you remember that day?
I do.
And before we ask you about that day, did you know Christina Parcell?
No.
Had you ever talked to her or seen her?
No. I've seen her, but I never talked to her.
And did you know where she lived
Yes.
at that point? Where did she live?
122.
Okay. And where is your house in relation to 122?
Like 3 away on the opposite side of the street.
Okay. And so that morning of October 13th, 2021, what were you doing?
Having my morning coffee.
Is that what you typically do in the morning?
Because my husband had gone back to work.
And are you currently working?
No.
Are you retired?
We're all retired.
Congratulations. So that morning, where do you usually take your morning coffee?
At the kitchen table. By the window.
By the window. And the window that you're referring to, what does it look out onto?
The Caneburg Drive?
And is there a sidewalk that you can see?
Yes.
And if somebody were to walk or bike past you, would you be able to notice them?
Yes.
That morning, are you familiar with Christina Parcell's daughter?
Yes, I saw her taking her daughter to school that morning, walking.
So you saw Christina Parcell and her
That
daughter?
morning, yeah, going to school.
And how would they go to school and pass your house?
They walk up to the end of the street. The school's across the road.
Okay. And so about what time did you see them
It was like 7:30.
7:30? Do you remember what Ida was wearing that morning?
No.
Did she have a backpack on?
Yes.
All right. And so you saw that from your kitchen table? Is that what you
Yes.
said? I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 108, and I ask if you recognize that photo.
I do.
What is that?
That's my plant.
That's your plant?
That's my side window that goes out to Caneburg, which is right here.
And is that the view you have from where you were sitting that day?
Yes.
Is that a true and accurate depiction of the view you had on that morning?
Exactly, yes.
Your Honor, State moves Exhibit 108 into evidence.
No objection. 108 comes in without objection.
All right, if I can. Yay. Do you see that photo, Ms. Gorman? And is that, so if you, in that photo, about where were you sitting on the closest part of that photo looking towards the plant?
I was sitting facing this way, and I was looking out that way.
Okay. And looking out the window right there?
Mm-hmm.
And out the window, is that cane brake
It is.
right there?
It is.
So you testified that you saw Ida and Christina walk past you towards school.
Mm-hmm.
And around 8:15, were you still sitting there at your thing?
I was.
At your seat, at your table. Did you see anything of interest that day?
Yeah, I saw somebody on a bicycle.
All right. And so tell this jury what you would have seen from that vantage point right there.
There was a guy on a bicycle right here, dressed in all black with put a mask on his face.
So and so I see those two trees in the photo. Where was he about where those two trees were?
Right in between them.
Right in between them. And you can see through your plant right there and see him? All right. And so can you describe the person that you saw and about what time it was?
He was tall and skinny. He was on a black bicycle. He was all dressed in black. I did say his sweatshirt was gray, but it was a hectic day that day, very scary, and it was all black. And I glanced over and saw him, and then I finished reading what I was reading. I looked up and I didn't see him anymore.
So when you looked over and you saw him, was he wearing a backpack?
Yes.
Now, when you saw him for the first time, did he have anything on his face or his head or anything like that?
No.
And so, what color skin did he have?
White.
What color hair did he have?
Kind of like a reddish sandy color hair.
Okay. And were you able to see his face?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Mhm.
How would you see his face?
Because he kind of turned and then turned back.
And did he have gloves on?
Yes.
Or so he was wearing gloves when you saw him?
Well, he was putting them on.
Okay, he's putting his gloves on.
Hmm.
And then after he put his gloves on, what did he do?
I guess he got back on the bike and started riding, but he wasn't riding fast enough to get down Canebrake. When I looked back up, I didn't see him anymore. I didn't see him go in or come out.
Now, did he put a mask or anything on before he left your vantage point?
Yes.
What did he put on?
A white mask
And
and a hat.
And a hat?
Well, the hood.
A hood? Or
The hood on his coat.
I'm going to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 24. Do you recognize, let me ask you this, is the person that you just described to this jury look like the person in that photo right there?
Yes,
How so?
it just does.
Is it the same color bike? Is it the same clothes? I need you to respond.
Yes, it's just scary.
Is it the same mask that you
Yes.
saw and put on? And is it the same type of hood or hat?
Yes,
Okay. And what about a backpack?
it's on there. It looks black.
Is that the same person that you saw that morning around 8:15?
Yes.
Ms. Gorman, you recognize that person in this courtroom?
Yes.
Will you point him out for me?
It's right there.
Are you pointing to the defendant?
He's right there.
Let the record reflect that she's pointing to the defendant, Zach Hughes.